Hi, John and Cynthia.
Hi, Renee.
Hi, Renee.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too.
Yeah.
Cynthia, I know that you were a ballerina and actress. Were you starring in Fame when you were hit with complex regional pain syndrome?
I had just gotten a part on the role on the. I had just gotten a role on the TV show Fame when I was struck with CRPS. Yes.
So for the rest of our readers who may not know, can you tell me what that disorder is?
Complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS, is also known as a suicide disease. It's a neurological disease. It's a message that goes to the brain that says pain, 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 and it amplifies and does not know how to shut itself off. And it feels as though the pain in my body feels as though my body has been doused with gasoline and lit on fire. It left me bedridden for a decade and unable to speak while the disease spread throughout my entire body and ravaged my vocal cords.
Wow.
Yeah.
John, how many would you guess in the United States are suffering from CRPS?
Well, you know, to be honest, nobody knows for sure, but the numbers range from anywhere from 300,000-400,000 to up to 7 million. It's not an uncommon disorder, but it's certainly not a common disorder, and a lot of physicians out there don't really know how to diagnose it. But again, it's certainly not a rare concern.
Right.
But that being said, there are 100 million people in the United States suffering with chronic pain right now.
True.
Yes, I'm one of them.
Oh,
Really?
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry to hear that.
But yeah, I've figured out ways to manage it myself.
Excellent. That's
good.
what we.
That's great.
That's one of the things we really do advocate for is self-care.
Yes, we run a nonprofit called For Grace where we help women in pain. So we would like to help you.
Yeah.
Great, great.
Good.
Is it true? I read that after so many years, you're in the midst of your first ever partial remission.
Wow, you did your research. I'm impressed. Yes, I am in my first partial remission. I can swim a mile.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
thank you
awesome.
very much.
What do you feel contributed to this improvement of your health?
I think, honestly, I stopped going to doctors who were actually making me a lot worse, and I wrote my book, and I think it was the narrative therapy, writing my book, and going to an alternative therapy doctor that helped me.
What were some of the treatments that the alternative therapy doctor had done?
Yeah, he does acupuncture, trigger point injections, acupressure. Also, I eat a very healthy diet. I stay well hydrated, keep good sleep hygiene. What else?
Meditation?
Meditation every day.
Lots of meditation.
Yeah, lots of self-care.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed self-care is huge, you know.
It is huge because it works. Yeah.
So, John, you've been her caregiver for how many years?
Oh my gosh, it's
30, how long has it been?
It's been a long time. Some days it seems like forever, some days not so much, but it's been 30 plus years.
I know that my parents were often caregivers. What advice would you give to someone who has a loved one who's going through so much pain for so many years?
Well, the first thing to do is to believe them and trust what they're telling you is really what's going on, because chronic pain is a real bear to have to bear through. There's no doubt about it. It's a challenge on so many levels, and so you want to just believe them. You want to trust them. You want to honor them and embrace them for the experience they're going through, and try to help them through a very, very, very difficult situation. But it's something to give a lot of love to, for sure.
Right.
Thank you. And he does.
Well,
I'm very lucky.
With the sort of, I know for me a big struggle was you want to keep some sort of independence, but you're relying on other people.
Exactly.
So what do you think are good ways to ask for help?
Oh, wow. Just to honestly ask. I mean, I'm a very independent person, but I've gotten good at just asking and sort of demanding. You know, I mean, I sort of give John orders, I have to admit, at this point. He's such a good guy. Yeah, he's been taking care of me for 32 years, and I still stay independent, funny enough. I mean,
very much so.
Yes. even though he has to cook all my meals. And
well, fortunately, she likes my cooking, so it works out.
And even get clothes for me to wear, and depending on the day, I mean, sometimes I can't walk at all, and just today I had to ask him to lift me up.
Right.
Yes. So
are you wheelchair bound, or can you walk about?
I can walk a short distance, and for any distance, I have to use a wheelchair. Yeah.
Okay.
I can swim a mile, but I can't walk a block.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
But it always gives me a great opportunity to put my arms around her, which is not such a bad thing. It's pretty good.
John, what have been the biggest challenges personally for you?
For me?
John.
Oh, well, it's, what I've been telling caregivers of people with chronic pain, or any type of caregiver, is that the biggest challenge is not to lose yourself in the experience. I mean, you want to give so much love. You want to take care of that person, and so often you give up on yourself in some respect. You give up on your dreams and your ambitions and goals because especially in these chronic long-term situations, you lose yourself. And so that's the thing I advise people is, you love that person, take care of them, but love yourself, take care of yourself too, and hold on to those dreams and passions that you had.
Right.
Yeah.
Great.
He's not so good at asking for help, but he's good at telling other people to ask for help.
I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. Yeah. Right.
Now, I believe that you guys wanted to talk about the problem with, I guess it's opiate addiction. Is it addiction or just dependence?
It's opioid-induced constipation, also known as OIC. It's a very serious side effect to taking opioids. And for me, after being bedridden for 10 years and finally getting my diagnosis after 13 years, I learned that opioids were an excellent and effective way for me to manage my pain. However, I do deal with this very serious side effect. I have this serious side effect known as OIC.
Okay. And how severe is that?
It can be
take medication for it, or
no. It can be very severe. For me, the straining has actually, as a result, I've developed a hiatal hernia. Okay. Also, that straining shoots my CRPS pain in my legs up so high that on our OIC days, very often my walking is very limited, or I can't walk at all. In which case, John has to literally be my legs, not only for my work and everyday chores, but also he literally has to get me to and from the bathroom time and time again, or bring the bathroom to me. So this is it's a supreme challenge living with OIC. Very serious side effect.
Yes, it is indeed.
I guess I was a very, very active person
prior
prior to developing my chronic conditions. And I was wondering how you, Cynthia, have coped, to go from being an active ballerina and dancer to, it's awesome that you're able to swim now, but wondering how that process for acceptance has been for you.
Very, very difficult. After I got ill, I first got a job dancing in Reno and then in Vegas, and I stayed with that act because I wasn't going to lose my life as long as I could. And finally, the disease spread from my right leg into my left, and I could no longer fake it. And then I went back to my mother's home, and I lived there very unhappily, always thinking, they're going to amputate my leg, and then thinking, well, then when it spread, it just didn't make sense, and everybody left, and it's just been a nightmare. I think I always knew that I deserved to be here, that I had something to offer the world. I did have a plan of suicide for, I'd say, 25 years, but it was always going to be tomorrow. I realize now, looking back, that it was my coping mechanism, because we have to have a way out. The pain is so excruciating, and you lose your career. Everybody leaves you. The doctors say that you're crazy. It's really it's an unlivable situation. And having this incredible man stick by me and believe me when nobody else did, I can say safely that not only would I not be here if not for opioids that have saved me, but I would also not be here if not for John. Have I said that to you lately?
Not enough.
Okay, I'm saying that today.
I think you've taken care of the next 4 or 5 years at least. I appreciate that.
And just for people who want to learn more, tell me a little bit about For Grace.
For Grace is a nonprofit that John and I started over 12 years ago, and we promote better care and wellness for women in pain. And we do that through the media, through public speaking, our website, caregiving support groups, also a lot of legislation, and we help a lot of people. It's wonderful, rewarding work. It's difficult, kind of crazy, but rewarding work.
That's great.
Yeah,
what are
thank
some of the big legislation that you've been working on?
We've been working on a Fail First bill, actually, and this is an unethical prescription practice that the health insurance industry uses at the cost of the paying patient. So we did get it to Governor Brown, our California governor's desk a couple of years ago, and he vetoed it, and we're plowing on through. We never quit. We won't stop until we get it signed.
Great, good.
Thank you. And I recently spoke on Capitol Hill, so that was great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, great. I don't want to take too much more of your time. I know you have a busy day, so I appreciate you speaking with me so much.
Thank you so much, and I really wish you luck with your pain. Very nice to talk with you. Best of luck to you.
Good luck to you. And
thank you so much.
You too.
Oh, God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.